fine. That's totally fine. But
that.
here's my number one guy right here. ESPN NBA senior insider, the best in the business, Shams Charania is joining us here. His first appearance on Sedano and Cap.
This is his first appearance.
Yeah, he appeared on this show when it was just my show back in the day. But, now, I had to introduce him to you, Cap.
Okay, well,
so,
I did it on my own.
You introduced yourself to him at a game, I know.
At the game.
To be clear, it wasn't that you were here that he didn't want to come on just because of you, Cap.
I just didn't want to bother the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't like.
So don't take it personally.
Well, I'm not taking it personally. I'll tell you this right now.
Yeah.
If you're a star, you come on this show. That's just the way it goes.
Well, he is a star.
Okay? And Shams is now officially going from an anonymity to superstar.
Yeah, I don't know about anonymity.
Superstar.
I wouldn't
say
go
anonymity.
Yeah,
Superstar.
He's the man. All right, Shams, thank you for joining us. Now that you've dealt with the nonsense on the introduction, welcome to the show. Appreciate the time.
Appreciate you guys. I feel like I'm a star now. So.
There you go.
My man.
Yeah,
Man.
there it is.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Shams, before we get into like the nitty-gritty of today and a big day and everything that's going on, we haven't had a chance to talk to you about just like breaking this story. And I'm guessing you've probably talked about this in other places before, but I have not heard it yet. I'm not even going to joke, okay? So Mike Trudell is here. And when you put out your tweet, I was on a plane flying to Milwaukee. He texts me, hey, Luka for AD. We're in the same fantasy league. I thought he was texting me a fantasy trade. I'm not. And I said, I don't know. And he's like, no, dude, it's happening. Shams just tweeted it. And I straight up, I feel like everybody's probably told you this. I almost text you and be like, dude, are you okay? Did you get hacked? Like, what was that? I guess those couple of hours leading up to that and after the fact, just for you, with one of the biggest, if not the biggest trade story in NBA history. And again, congratulations on breaking it.
In the lead up to that trade on that Saturday night, for me, it was in the wee hours of Sunday, I guess, after midnight. It's crazy. In the days leading up to it, there was some smoke out there in NBA circles that the Lakers and Mavericks were talking about a deal. It wasn't about, obviously, not what I had heard at that time was around Luka Dončić and Anthony Davis. So I knew there was some smoke there, but you get denials, you get kind of the answer that there's nothing there right now, and then between when I heard about what it could entail as far as Luka Dončić or Anthony Davis or other parts of this deal, what ended up happening on that Saturday night, Sunday morning, it was about 5 minutes that went by between when I first heard it, confirming it with about 5 total people, obviously people that I trusted, and then the tweet and hitting send on the news. And so I was as stunned as probably the audience was. I mean, I'm an NBA fan. I'm a fan of the league first and foremost. I track the players. I follow along. If I wasn't doing this, I would still be as obsessed with this. So for me, it was as just like all the fans. It was surprised. It was stunning from the Mavericks' perspective that they would actually move a guy like Luka Dončić. And it's not like the Lakers were trying to move Anthony Davis either. And unless it was for a player like Luka Dončić, they had no intention to ever move Anthony Davis. So absolutely stunned. And then I think right after that, you kind of lose that sensation. You lose that stunned feeling, and you just try to figure out the what, the why, the how. And that's kind of how my night went. And it was like, as you know, George, being here at ESPN, it's a great place to be because you have multiple different, whether it's SportsCenters in the morning. There's a lot for you to delve into and start to continue to expand on the story.
Shams, when you did get the news, when you actually put it all together, wait a second, Anthony Davis is going to Dallas, Luka's going to L.A., was there a part of you, you're going to confirm it, you mentioned that already, but was there a part of you initially that was like, I just don't believe what I'm hearing? Like this is not
You know why I
believable.
thought you were hacked? When the second one, even when you said this is real, I'm like, first of all, that's totally what a hacker would say. And then second of all,
I thought I was clearing it up for people. I thought, everyone wanted like a video of me because they thought like I was being abducted, and I'm like, I thought me saying yes, this is real was going to answer to the people that were saying I got hacked. There were too many people. I mean, I guess I could have theoretically done a picture of myself or a video of myself and just said it. Theoretically, that probably was the right move, but I was definitely getting bombarded, and I thought I addressed it. But yeah, I mean, even up until when I hit send, I was like, there's no way. Like there's just no way. And yeah, I didn't believe it at first.
And the other part was when in the second tweet when you had the details and it was like Danny Ainge got involved. I'm like, no way. That is, and then you've then told the story that Ainge didn't even know that he was involved in this deal.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Once I thought once I said yes, this is real, and I had all the details with it, I thought people would understand that this is not a hacker situation. But yeah, I mean, that just goes to show how stunning it was, and that's the only way a deal like this happens. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Nico Harrison, the Mavericks, they clearly felt that he was not the guy for them to win a championship. They clearly felt in their mind that Max Christie, Anthony Davis, and the flexibility with the first-round pick and other moves that they could do, gives them a better chance to win the championship. That's their perspective. We'll see in the period of the next several months to the next couple of years, 3 years, if that ends up being the accurate stance. But they had their reasons, and I was as stunned as anyone.
Well, first of all, Shams, I did try to protect George from any questioning by texting him that you had said it and that it was real. So
yeah.
George,
no, you did. You were being a good friend. I still was. Yeah. I was like, I honestly almost texted him, which he probably got like 3,000 texts.
But it is because the second tweet of "This is real" does sound like what a hacker is going to say.
Right. My text to George was about a second after the tweet went out. But anyway, I want to ask Shams a basketball question.
Yes.
Like, from watching this team every day in person, obviously I have a certain window into it and have seen all these other teams in person. And the way that the Lakers played against the Nuggets, compounded by the fact that the defense has been coming along for a while now, I think does belie a certain amount of internal confidence from the Lakers, from the players, from the coach, everybody in the building, that they can make a real run. You as somebody, yes, I think a lot of people know you as a newsbreaker, but you also watch a ton of basketball. So I'm just wondering what you've seen since Luka came over, how LeBron has been playing lately, Austin Reeves, etc., and where you think the Lakers are in terms of the hierarchy and what they could do this year.
I think the Lakers have a chance to be very, very competitive in the Western Conference playoffs. I think how they've come on as the season has gone on, they got off to a great start, hit a wall, and then you see J.J. Redick make adjustments as the season goes on, tighten up the defense, the systematic changes he's made over the course of the year, little tweaks, whether it's rotational, what he's done with with game planning, like he's made a lot of tweaks on the fly, and obviously he took this Denver game very seriously. I think he said he barely slept going into the game because he was game planning. I don't know if the Nuggets took it as seriously, but I definitely think the Lakers are playing with a level of effort, of aggressiveness, of focus that will help them rise in the standings. And I do think come playoff time, when you have Luka Dončić, who has shown in the playoffs he takes his game to a whole nother level. And I think he's still getting his legs under him. I still think he's getting there, both physically, emotionally. He's been shell-shocked ever since the trade happened. And I think even now there's still that feeling in the back of his mind, like, how did this happen? But I think with every day that goes by, with every repetition he gets as a Laker, the rhythm that he's going to be able to pick up as a Laker, being in Los Angeles, embracing the city, I think that's going to be an ever-evolving process for him over the next several days. But anytime you have him, you have J.J. Redick, who obviously has proven to be an exceptional coach. You have LeBron James, who we all know what he's capable of, and Austin Reeves has played really well and has fit in alongside Luka Dončić and LeBron James. My question mark with them is the interior and their front court. And Jackson Hayes has played well with Luka Dončić and LeBron James, but their depth at center and the front court, and that's what we'll see as the year goes on.
All right, last one for you, and Shams, thank you for the time, buddy. So Anthony Davis, who obviously helped win a championship here, is on the other side with the Dallas Mavericks. He is injured at the moment. What do you know about his potential timeline? Because, again, I think Dallas, if they can get healthy, can be a factor in the Western Conference.
Yeah, George, he's going to be reevaluated in about a week and a half. My sense is he's going to be out at least a few to several more weeks with this adductor strain. It was clearly a significant injury, non-contact. You could tell he grabbed at it initially, but you saw the potential that not only he had, but this team had together in that first game. He was just absolutely dominant, one of the most impressive halves you've seen from any player in the NBA this season. So unfortunately he got hurt, but they're hopeful in the next 3-4 weeks they're able to get him potentially back on the court, whether it's then or a little bit after that. Derek Lively, I think, is looking at really around that same range as well. So you get Derek Lively back, you get Anthony Davis back for a few weeks before the playoffs start, maybe get Gafford back late in the regular season or in the playoffs. Roster-wise, they're constructed to be very, very much a threat in the West if they can all get healthy.
Shams Charania is the best in the business, ESPN NBA senior insider, joining us here on Sedano and Cap. Mike Trudell hanging out as well. Shams, you're the man, brother. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys enshrining me. Hopefully, I'm in studio next time.
Yes, sir. We're gonna next time you're in studio, we'll hang the Shams banner here in our rafters.
Well, right. That is when you went from anonymity to superstar.
Right, and the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame already after one appearance.
It happened for you today, man.
Thanks, Shams.
Appreciate you.